I started OnlyFans 17 days ago. As a social experiment, I want to show you the real numbers, fan, money, traffic, and what I've learned so far. This wasn't an overnight success plan, and I wanted to see if personality and consistency could work. I didn't start this thinking I would be rich within a month. I wanted to see if consistency, showing up for yourself, really putting yourself out there is what's going to gain you the traction, the views, the money, everything. I had originally done what you would post on Instagram, Facebook, but with a little bit of a more twist. So it wouldn't be the exact same post, but it would be like, you know, a Starbucks order or something similar. And my wife and I were talking about different people who have different successes, what they did, and we determined to come up with the fact that since I used to be a stripper, it's no secret that maybe we could base the content around that, because I used to make so much money, but getting back in the club is just not on my agenda. So what if we could incorporate getting back in the club as a stripper, but online, and you wouldn't really have to talk to people face to face. You wouldn't have to be doing as much of the workout. We had switched my page to now stripper content, and then we altered the bio a little bit. So with us completely switching over that route and changing the idea of the entire page, we decided that it would be best that I obviously do the content. I also manage my page, but also that my wife becomes the OF manager. She's not going to be in there replying to DMs or posting the pictures, but we're going through and, you know, we're talking to each other and we're trying to figure out, okay, what content does best? What do people want to see? What outfits? What tricks? When's the best time to post? How many times are we posting? So she's kind of just my manager and we're trying to figure everything out. Removed the link out of my Linktree bio so that you couldn't access it automatically. I did have it in my Linktree, and then I removed it because if you want it, then you're gonna have to ask for it, or you're gonna have to find this video. But a lot of people are clicking the Linktree, and then some people on Instagram weren't subscribing because I have an OF, but I don't think that they know, like, I'm not posting coochie or really any nudes. It would just be what you see in a strip club minus the nudity, like no titties, nothing like that. You're just in an outfit, you're dancing. Oh, fly. So when I first started, I was in the 98%, and then I jumped to 96, and within a few days, I jumped up to the 55% as like the top 55% creators. And I feel like earning what I did on there got me to that 55%. And I haven't even earned as much as, you know, Sophie Rain or Camilla or Julia or anybody like that, but it is some. And I feel like a lot of girls don't make a lot of money, and that's why that sum of money, that little bit, has pushed me up higher. OnlyFans takes 20% of any earnings that you get. So I set my subscription price at $9.99. And with OnlyFans taking 20% of that for whatever they do, that's not your personal taxes when you file them. They just take 20%. That brings you down to $7.99 that you're getting back. Well, then you have to put away 30% as an independent employer, because you're independently doing it, you know, even though you work for OnlyFans, you work for yourself. After you put away the 30% in, you know, a separate account to the side, whatever, because when it comes time to file with the IRS, you're going to need to show that 30%. Brings it to about $5.59 every subscription that you actually get to take home and you can spend on whatever. So from $9.99, I'm only getting $5.59 of that. My views kind of changed a little bit on the Linktree. It tells you how many times it was clicked. The link from Linktree was clicked 273 times, which isn't too bad, but it's also 273 people that clicked it but didn't subscribe. When it came to OnlyFans, I had way more views on the actual page from people just looking my name up, finding me, anything like that. I think the total is like 900 something. I'll have a picture right here. So with the views, with 273 clicking on the Linktree and then 900 something on OnlyFans, my guess would probably be why they're not subscribing is because it costs money. And a lot of people, it's done through a Google account for the most time, is they don't want it to be known that they're looking. Like, they wanted to see the page and everything, but they didn't want to pay and see the content. My goals on where this takes me, I want to be rich, like insanely rich. And my money goal for that would be $30,000 a month, because after about 50%, it's the 20% from OnlyFans and the 30% for your self-employed taxes, would put me at $15,000 a month, which is $180,000 a year. I would pay off all of my debt first, and then I would buy a house in cash, like outright full. I'd put away money for my children's college, and then anything else that we might need for their future, our future. And then I would start doing assets, liquidating them, getting everything together. And I want to be so rich that I could literally just take my card anywhere and just swipe it, not have to worry about checking the price or doing math at the grocery store or anything like that. And I would also get on like my social medias and be like, oh, you know, I'm doing this, like followers, you know, have a chance to win, inputs, and you can get money, and just start like handing it out to people that would need it. So that's it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, because I'll be posting more about my journey and where everything is taking me. Make sure to keep a lookout for more videos, because this journey I feel like could get me rich, or it could just be a social experiment gone bad. Then I just make $40 and that's it.